Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Isabel Regem. A new study is out from BC researchers, and it's shining light on the growing human trafficking problem in this province. SFU researchers say it is one of British Columbia's best hidden crimes. And as Janella Hamilton reports, they say isolation during the pandemic increased the risk for vulnerable youth. And a warning, some of the details are difficult to hear.
For me, it felt like love. It felt like being wanted.
When Alexandra Stevenson was in her 20s, she never imagined what she thought was a loving relationship would turn abusive and that she would become a victim of human trafficking.
And at one point he turned to me and he said, we really have to supplement our income. I'm not making money. You're doing too many of the drugs I'm supposed to sell. This is your fault. I need your help. We have to help.
Stevenson, who experienced sexual abuse as a teen, turned to drugs to help mask the trauma. And at the time, she felt responsible to cover the costs of her habits.
He had made a deal with the owner of the strip club, and I was not able to leave that room until I had paid a deposit with my body.
And when she refused,
he showed me a newspaper article about a woman who had been hurt graphically. She was permanently disfigured. And he said, that's what happened to the last girl who broke up with me.
Stevenson is among thousands of British Columbians who have been sexually exploited.
It's a huge problem in British Columbia that's not often spoken about. Number one, we have an overrepresentation of Aboriginal youth that are victimized. What we need to understand that this is happening to youth in high school in Burnaby, and it's also happening to homeless youth on the streets of Granville.
And it appears the problem is only getting worse as people spend more time on their phones and computers during the pandemic.
Grooming happens online, individuals are bought and sold online, so it's very virtual and it's very difficult to detect that.
A new SFU study has developed tools to help crack down on online human trafficking with the use of algorithms.
New girl in town, for example, we're starting to look for any indications of somebody who's underage, who doesn't have any kind of boundaries, so somebody is saying that they're available 24/7.
Using popular sex work websites in BC, researchers found a very high rate of human trafficking cases among the posts.
Well, we don't want to conflate sex work with trafficking because sex work is consensual and trafficking is not. We must now acknowledge that there's research-based evidence that these happen in the same industry.